Hi everyone, I'm Rockin' Robin from CookingMexicanRecipes.com. Now today I'm going to be showing you how to make a basic cheese quesadilla. Now not only am I going to be using cheese, but I'm going to also be using some chopped up green chilies as well as some chopped up onions to really bring out the flavor in the quesadilla. Then when we go to serve it up, I'm going to serve it up with some delicious homemade guacamole and sour cream. Okay, so let's get started and go over all of our ingredients. So we're going to need some flour tortillas. I recommend using flour for this as opposed to corn. And we'll need some shredded cheese. I'm using mild cheddar. You can use any cheese you want. It doesn't really matter. And we'll need some butter because we're going to be cooking this in butter. You could use oil. Some people like to use oil, but really I don't think that's a great idea, only because the flavor is in the butter. It'd be something like making a grilled cheese sandwich. Imagine that with oil instead of butter. That's just unthinkable in my view. Okay, so now we're going to need some, here is my chopped up onion. This is just a yellow onion finely minced. And our green chilies. Here I've got some diced up green chilies that are very mild in flavor, so this appeals to kids very well. And to garnish it up, we'll have some guacamole, which is homemade. I just made that, and some sour cream. So we're going to go ahead and start off by assembling our quesadilla. So I'm going to make this with two tortillas, one on the bottom, one on the top. So take a handful of your cheese and spread it around. And you want a fair amount so that you've got enough cheese in there. But don't leave about a ½ an inch around the edge because it's going to melt and start to ooze out of your quesadilla if you don't. Okay, so that looks pretty good. Then I'll take my green chilies and I'm just going to sprinkle them on top, just like that. And you can put as much or as little as you want. Same with the onions. Sprinkle that around. Now this is going to be for my son, so I know he likes onions, so I'm going to put a little bit more for him. Now go ahead and place the other tortilla on top. Now we're ready to cook it. So I've got my pan on the stove. I turned on the flame, almost medium. I'm probably going to turn that down a little bit. And I'm going to add some butter to the pan. And I'm going to wait for that to melt. I'm just going to spread it around. Notice I'm using my finger. You don't have to do that. All right, so once that melts, I will turn down the heat. I don't want this to be too hot because then the tortilla is going to get toasted too quickly and the cheese won't have a chance to melt. So really, let's put that on medium-low. And as soon as that's melted, we can add our quesadilla to it. Okay, so I'm going to place my quesadilla on top. And I'm going to go ahead and put some butter on top of the quesadilla just so it can start to soften as it's cooking. And that way when I flip it over, I'll have butter on that side because the butter is really what makes it taste great. So this is going to take a few minutes, and you'll be able to lift this piece up and look inside and see how it's melting. And then occasionally you're going to want to look on the bottom by lifting the whole thing up and looking under there to make sure it's not burning. We want this to be a nice golden brown with that nice butter on there. It's going to be fantastic. Okay, so as my butter is starting to soften up, I'm kind of spreading it around a little bit. That way it'll get nice and evenly distributed. And we're going to have a look and see. Let's have a look-see. Now you can see the cheese is starting to melt. All right, we're getting close. And then we'll have a look underneath. And we're starting to get brown. Did you see that? See it's starting to get golden brown? And here comes our cheese out of the pan here. Or out of the quesadilla. Okay, so we're getting ready. We're getting there. And like I said, if it seems like it's starting to cook a little too fast, just turn the temperature down a little bit. All right, I'm going to go ahead and turn it over. Look at that, nice and golden brown right here. That's what you want. Now I've turned my temperature down to low at this point because I'm concerned it's going to get a little too hot. And I still want that cheese to really melt throughout this whole thing, and it's getting there. It's just about ready. Okay, check this out. It is nice and golden. It's time to serve it up. And the cheese inside is melted because I can't even lift this top piece off, so I know it's stuck. So what I'm going to do is just slide this right onto my serving dish, just like that, and we're ready to go. So that's it, guys. That literally took us maybe 10 minutes to whip up. So this is a great dish to serve to your kids after school, for a snack, or even for yourself. So let me show you how I'm going to serve this up. I'm going to use a pizza cutter, which slices it up nice and easy. You can cut it any way you want. I'm just going to cut this one in triangles. And I want to show you the incisor. Let me cut this piece off and you can look at it. Nice and gooey and stringy. Look at that. It is fantastic. Fantastic. You can see the chilies and the cheese, and it smells amazing. And that butter is just, oh, it's just fantastic. So for this one, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and add some sour cream, because I know my son loves sour cream. So I'm just going to put it right on top because he likes to dip it right in. And of course, the guacamole. I've got a whole bowl full of it here, and he'll probably eat almost all of it. So there you go. Look at that. That is fantastic. So I hope you enjoyed my recipe. It's a very basic quesadilla recipe, but you can always change it up and add all kinds of ingredients to it that you want. This is a starting point. And like I said, this was a recipe that we served in our restaurant, and it went over extremely well. People loved it. And I hope you'll give it a try. I think you'll really, really enjoy it. The addition of the green chilies and the onion really do help with the flavor, and it's not just plain cheese. And make sure to cook it in butter, because that really makes it taste delicious. All right, well, thank you for watching. I'm gonna run this up to my son and let him eat it. But thanks again, and be sure and subscribe to my channel by clicking the link right up here. And leave me a comment below. I'd love to hear from you. And head on over to cookingmexicanrecipes.com if you'd like to get more Mexican food recipes that you can cook at home. Thanks for watching. Today I am making cha-cha chili relleno casserole. Hi, I'm Rockin' Robin from cookingmexicanrecipes.com, and this recipe is so simple and so easy to make. It'll have you out of the kitchen in no time, and it's perfect for entertaining. So toss all your ingredients into a 9x13, pop it in the oven, and out comes a delicious casserole made with eggs, cheese, and chilies. You're gonna love it.